Ooh, this is a little midday video. It's like 6:40 or so, yeah, like 6:30. I wanted to touch on this real quick. I'm about to go to the gym, but I missed that, by the way. Hold up. But I wanted to kind of piggyback off of the video that I made yesterday in terms of ignoring the distractions. I want to pick back up saying that as early as possible within your journey, you want to make sure that you're practicing self-control. You want to make sure that you're understanding your actions and you're conscious of the decisions that you're making. You're understanding and you really take into consideration how making certain decisions can affect you in your long-term goals and as you strive to make progress within whatever it is that you're trying to do. So as early on as possible, you need to be conscious of, okay, doing certain things may not yield me the results that I want. If I want to go here, I shouldn't do this. Even though this is very tempting, I shouldn't do it because I know. And I'm not going to do it because I know that it's not going to allow me to get here in the way that I'm supposed to, or as quickly or as swiftly or as smoothly as I'm supposed to be able to get here. There are already going to be enough obstacles on the road. You don't want to create more obstacles by making decisions that are avoidable due to a lack of self-control. And I say that it's important that you master this and you really focus on this as early as possible is because if you're someone that's striving to be great, success is inevitable. That's what this channel serves to represent, is what it's the journey of success. So for people like us, success is inevitable, and that's something you really have to understand, and that's something you have to know. But along this journey, there are going to be things that are going to tempt you, and there are going to be things sent to distract you, and they're going to look very good. They're going to seem they're going to be very appealing to you, and they're going to be they're going to draw you. They're going to attempt to draw you out of whatever it is that you're doing. So you have to maintain a level of self-control and understanding that this is not in line with me accomplishing the goals that I want to accomplish. And I say that it's very important because when you get to the point where you become successful and you get to this point where you have all the resources and you have all the time, you have everything that you ever wanted, you have to be able to control yourself because it's going to be even harder. Like a lot of things that you may want to do now that may be tempting, you have to kind of go out of your way to do. But when you get to that point of when things are readily available to you, you're going to be like, damn, I can do that because I can. It's not going to bother me as much. But then you have to understand that doing things that you know aren't good for you, no matter at what stage you're at, whether if you're not in a very abundant stage, you haven't manifested physically that abundance yet, or you're at a stage in life where you have everything you want. The things that are bad for you, period. But a lot of people think that with more resources or more accessibility or more time or with an abundance of anything that they want, that doing those bad things don't mean as much. No, these things are still going to hinder you and they're still going to have a negative impact on your life regardless of where you are. But when you get to a point where you have more resources, these vices, they can be much more detrimental because there's an abundance of resources available to acquire them and to utilize them at your disposal. And that's why you see a lot of people, they get successful and then they become drug addicts. These people were never really drug addicts at the time, or at least they weren't perceived to be drug addicts or addicted to whatever it is at the time where they hadn't manifested that success yet. But when they get there, it's like there's like, finally there's like a kid in the candy shop and everything's free. You know, you just go too crazy. But if you develop that self-control and that discipline within all of your actions at the early stages of your journey, it'll pay dividends when you get to the top and when you get to where you want to be, because you'll understand that, okay, even though I have the resources and I have all the tools available to make these things happen for me, or I can just have them for me, I understand at a core level and I have a deep understanding that these things still are not good for me. So I'm not going to indulge with them, even though I have the ability to and I have the resources to. So that's just kind of the message I wanted to talk about today. I was talking to Alton about it. We were kind of reflecting on this book that we're reading. I mentioned it in the past, but we were having a conversation yesterday about how just staying focused about the distraction. That's kind of where the inspiration for that video came from, but just thinking about it as we continue to rise and we continue to elevate through our journey and become more successful as people, there are going to be things sent our way to tempt us to kind of knock us off that path. It's like that in every story. Every hero is tested along their journey, and there's something that comes along and try to get that hero from deterring from that path or taking an alternative route that seems to be more beneficial, like I talked about in my video that I made last night or this morning, things that provide instant gratification, and how we should be very wary of these things, because even though they may provide instant gratification, a lot of times the things that are given to us instantaneously are often the things that lead to our detriment, because overconsumption of those things lead to an addiction or a dependence that may not allow us to fully develop into being the people that we're going to be. So like I said, just continue to be conscious of the idea that self-control is very important. You have to control yourself. Like if you're in a grocery store and you have a diet, a lot of my references are going to be in relation to working out or fitness, because that's what I spend a lot of my time doing. When I'm not making these videos, when I'm not making music, I'm at the gym. I don't really do a lot, especially it's cold right now. I'm not really doing too much. I go make money, I go to the gym, and I come home and I make these videos. That's what my day consists of. I may watch some cartoons here and there, and I cook a lot. So I try to practice self-control in my own way. Like in terms of diet, a lot of my references are going to be in relation to health, because health is very important. That's one of the first aspects that we really have to practice self-control within our own lives, because it's so easy. There are so many things on the shelf that are not good for you. Even though they taste so good, they're going to be so good. Like I'm a big pastry dude. Like I love muffins. I love the like, is it the Little Debbie? The cream pies. That sounded crazy. Never mind. Shit. But no, for real. Stop playing. Y'all play too much. But practicing self-control, I be having to practice self-control when I go to the grocery store, and it'd be a pastry looking so good. It'd be like a muffin. They had these muffins in Kroger with the cinnamon crumbles on them, and it's like a cinnamon swirl muffins, and I love cinnamon. But I'd be like, no, I can't do it because I have a goal. I have a fitness goal. I'm trying to be healthier. I'll indulge from time to time, but not that often, to be honest. When I'm in a state of, when I have a specific goal that I'm trying to reach in terms of my physical health, I'm not gonna indulge, and it becomes very hard. But that's where the muscle of self-control comes from. And I think, as I mentioned yesterday in the video about how I've been getting more workouts in, more heavier workouts in, and just pushing more within the gym. I've been focusing on a lot of calisthenics, but I think that is definitely a part as to why I've been feeling a bit stronger, because my mind has become stronger. And David Goggins talks a lot about, it's really your mind that pushes your body. Your body will tell you you're tired, but if you can flip that switch within your mind to be like, no, I can keep going, or there's more in the tank, or that isn't even easy. I watched Gilbert Arenas talked about a time where he was training with Kobe, and how when Kobe had him do a certain amount of shots, and it was an absurd amount of shots. But the more he got to doing it, and the more shots he started making, his mind started creating games that, okay, I'm not gonna count all the way up to this number, or I'm not just going to try to strive for the goal, but I'm gonna set milestones. So he was talking about like 10 in a row, this and that. I noticed that before I had even watched him do that, before I even watched him say that, I had started doing that with my push-ups. When I do my chest days, I start them with 100 push-ups straight, like 100 push-ups. I haven't been able to do 100 push-ups straight yet. The most I've done is 92. But even getting to that 92, my milestone for a while was 50. I started really challenging myself with push-ups during the pandemic, and then it got to growing up. But my average when I just do straight push-ups is like 82. But what my mind does is, instead of doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 80, I'll do like 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, up to 25, and then count down from 25. So when I get to 25, twice, I've already done 50 push-ups, but I'm only counting, you get what I'm saying? So it's like 1, 2, 3. So you have to find different mechanisms within your mind, and you have to find different strategies that help you exercise self-control. This lighting is fire. I think when I put that in the color grade, that's gonna be fire. Nonetheless, self-control, practice it now, earlier on in your journey, through little things. You don't have to try to make the big grand decision right now, but early in your journey, just practice little things, whether it be from what you eat or what you choose to watch. Or like I mentioned the other day, how like when I get a smoothie, I don't drink it. I'll drink a little bit of it and then I'll stop myself, and then I'm like, okay, I can't drink anymore until I get home. That is a mental exercise that allows me to exercise my ability to control myself. That way, when things are put in front of me that may be attractive, that may be something that I may want, but if I have a deep understanding that it isn't good for me and it's not it's not going to be conducive in terms of me reaching my goals long term, I can have the strength mentally, psychologically, and the self-control to be like, no, I'm not going to do that. Practicing this self-control also gives you the ability to see things and have a better level of awareness as it pertains to opportunities within the world, and you'll be able to decipher whether these opportunities are negative or positive. So continue to work on your mind, continue to strive towards your goals. Like I said, if you're on this channel, you're someone that's bound to be successful, because that's what it's all about. And it's about marking this journey and documenting and cataloging, whatever it is, this process of people going from here to here by way of believing in their dreams and believing in themselves. I feel kind of addicted to even doing these videos right now. I think about this all day long. Like, I just think about making videos all day long. This video was inspired by a conversation me and Alton were having earlier. We were talking about it, and then he was like, that's crazy. Cause why did I call him? I called him to tell him me and Davon were going to the gym at 7. But he was like, that's crazy. Cause he said something about it, cause he brought up the conversation, and I was like, that's crazy. I'm about to go make a video about that. And then he was like, bro, it's crazy how you can just get inspired that quick and then have an idea for it. And I was telling him, like, bro, it's that easy, because a lot of the people that I have learned from, they talk about how when you truly focus on something and you truly set your intentions out to do something, the universe will serve you everything you need on a plate. It'll give you the information because your intention has been set. And not only is your intention set and your mind is focused on it, but you're taking action towards it. And then as you move towards that thing that you're in alignment with, things will just start to present themselves and you'll see opportunity. That's what I talked about the other day in the video, talking about how two people can consume the same thing. I need to slow down, because when I get passionate, I get to talking real fast. But I think y'all still get it. I think YouTube allows you to slow videos down. So if you need to slow down, slow down. But I'm in it though. But I done lost my train of thought again. I really be going. What was I talking about? Like, when you're in it though. Like, and when you're in it, the opportunities will present themselves because you find yourself in alignment with that goal. And that's why I was talking about the other day about how two people can consume the same content or read the same book or just view the same information, but have two totally different experiences when perceiving said information, because they are looking or consuming that information through the filter that has been set by way of them setting their intentions. So when your intentions are set on something, you're going to perceive an image that is totally different. That's why it's such a wondrous experience when people go to like these art museums and you see the paintings on the wall, and two people can have two totally different interpretations of it, because this person is looking at it through the lens of their own experience and what this piece that has been presented means to them. Meanwhile, this person is looking at it for the same reason, but it's just two totally different perspectives, because these two individuals are the two sum totals of totally different lives. They all have different past experiences, but which allows them to consume something that has been presented to them through the lens of their own life experience. Self-control, that's what this video is about. Just practice it. It'll do you a lot of good. It will do you a lot of justice along your journey, and it'll keep you out of a lot of trouble. It'll keep you out of a lot of pitfalls, and it'll allow you to see things for what they are. So that's a quick one. I am about to go to the gym. I'm probably gonna be late. No, I'm not gonna be late. I got 15 minutes. I don't stay that far from the gym. But yeah, I thank you all for watching. I thank you for watching this new midday video. Tell me how you feel about this lighting setup. I got my sunset lamp, and I got this light right here, and I got the light over here. Tell me how y'all feel about it. My name is Nick Johnson, aka your favorite cousin, and if I haven't already, I officially welcome you all to the Purple Era. And I'll catch you probably in a couple hours, because I'll probably have something else to talk about, because I'm just in that mode right now. But I thank you for watching, as always. Peace.